Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means of course some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. What's up, Lilac? If you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join the RITE Club Discord server by clicking on that link. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook, no, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all of the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. Not to mention, we did, as of last week, now finally add a specific request for the archetypes, because I know that was something that people weren't always sure how to cash that one in, but that now exists as well. But without further ado, let's hop into versus mode, set ourselves back to our defaults here, and let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started, as I will take this opportunity to hop into Discord. How's everybody doing? Spheris, Macaws, Murph, Phaler, Core, Lilac. It looks like Macaws and Lilac may be the first two to express interest here. So if that works for you guys, I can start sending out some invites. Let's see. There's Lilac. And do I see Macaw? There's Macaws.
He is here. He is me.
Hello, he.
Oh, Windows updates. We don't need to update yet.
Oh no.
Let's schedule that for 2:30 a.m. and that will definitely not happen.
Let's schedule that for 2030.
Yeah, pretty much.
Works, okay.
Hello, Lilac. Is Macaws even real? Now we're asking the real questions.
Oh.
Ooh.
I got booted trying to join your instance of Pyre.
Oh, well maybe this...
Same here.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's been a while since I've updated Steam. Speaking of updates, let's try it one more time, but then I am just wondering if it might be worth me taking a minute to restart Steam. I could imagine that there is an update that I've yet to install.
But of course.
Who's saying Mikos doesn't exist?
Spheris is posing the question.
Yeah, it kicked me again.
Same for you, Lilac?
It's loading. And it booted me.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, let's take the hint, I think. Give me just a minute here. I'm guessing this is not a coincidence. Let's see. Steam.
Yeah, mine is updating as well, so
Steam
Lilac,
update.
you might want to... If you haven't updated recently, Lilac, you might want to do it as well.
Remind me again. Remind
You
me
just-
again how to do it.
You just sign out and sign back in.
Close
okay.
and
Releases.
reopen.
Which is it?
Either or.
It-
The act of
Okay.
closing Steam or logging out and then logging back in / booting it back up should do it. Unlike with Windows, Steam does not tend to give you the option of deferring the update. Macaw, shall we see if that did the trick?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Let's take a look. And I guess just a heads up for other people who are looking to get in later today, you will also perhaps need to update Steam. I don't know when exactly the update went live.
I hear the music now. I'm in.
Okay.
I'm now connected via Steam Remote Play.
It does appear as though that was the issue. Fortunately, it is straightforward to remedy it. Any luck on your end, Lilac?
I'm currently trying to sign in. Give me a second.
Ah, okay. The classic, what was my password again? I never sign out of this. So I never need to sign back in. Suppose I can start setting you up here, Macaws. We know you're going to be the only controller player here, so we can be pretty confident. We can dictate which side you're on. Oh, is it accusers today?
I was just gonna cycle through them. I forgot the colors.
Oh, okay.
Signed into the wrong account. Hold on.
Oh. All right.
I didn't know I had. I didn't know
Lilac's
I even
burner
had
account.
I think it might have. Did I sign in or did I accidentally create a new one? Is
Oh
the question.
No. For anyone who's wondering, this is how the Nightwings and True Nightwings came into being. One day the Nightwings just forgot their password. It happens sometimes when you get kicked down a mountain.
Did they even have computers there?
You know, I'm not sure if we have any evidence one way or another.
We don't have evidence to the contrary.
Macaws, one thing that, for whatever reason, I was thinking about earlier today that I feel like you would also be interested in is, you know how you play a fair bit of fighting games, right?
I dabble.
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, I imagine you are familiar with Super Smash Bros. In that case.
I know a bit.
Not that I consider myself an expert in any way, but you know, obviously that is a classic game in many ways and has had many iterations over the years. But I've often wondered why it seems like that's, and I'm not knowledgeable enough about various different varieties of fighting games to be able to describe, you know, is there a particular term that is used for that type of fighting game versus, say, like a Street Fighter or a Tekken or something like that. But it feels like there are more games that fall under the Street Fighter / Tekken subgenre than the Super Smash Bros. Subgenre, which may or may not be actually true.
Yeah,
but
that's actually a big wormhole. I'll DM you a video that kind of goes down that rabbit hole and kind of breaks down all of the different like genres and subgenres of fighting games. It's actually kind of fascinating just how much is out there. But the short answer to that question is yeah, Smash Bros. Kind of pioneered the platform fighter genre, is kind of what it's called.
Because what
go ahead.
I was just gonna say what that made me think of. Oh, did you manage to sort it out, Lilac?
Yes.
Okay.
I am now in the correct account.
Let me double check. Okay, yes, that does look like you. But anyways, where I was going with that was it felt like, what with Smash Bros. Technically being sort of like an all-star roster in which Nintendo can draw from a list of characters from many different franchises, and over the years they've also branched beyond just Nintendo stuff. But it has long made me think as though that is an opportunity for other platforms, franchises, like PlayStation a few years back tried to do sort of like a knockoff using PlayStation franchises for their own platform fighter. And I don't know if Xbox has done anything like that. But anyways, I was thinking earlier today even just what would happen if Supergiant tried to create a platform fighter using the various characters from their games. So, food for thought.
Yeah, Greg Kasavin went on record somewhere. I don't remember what he was talking about, but he's kind of got like a pipe dream of making a fighting game.
Oh.
He hasn't specifically said platform fighter, but he does want to that is something that he's talked about. And I want to say it was something to do with Pyre, where he's like, the versus mode kind of scratched the kind of desire to create a fighting game kind of itch. Whether or not they'll actually do it remains to be seen. Just because I think the kind of audience they've cultivated isn't really the kind of sweaty, try-hard competitive group. Like, we're kind of a weird offshoot of it here over in Pyreland. So I don't know if he would actually do it, or if he did, it would have to really break the mold. Like, I don't see Supergiant trying to push a traditional fighter, like a Street Fighter or a Guilty Gear's not really. Guilty Gear's more of an anime fighter, but more archetypes. I don't know if I see him going that route necessarily, but I would see them kind of at some point looking into a more versus style game. I just don't see them doing like a traditional fighter. I feel like they'd want to put their own spin on it.
Yeah, as someone who, as I said, has my only real experience with that genre and various subgenres is occasionally going over to a friend's house and playing their Smash Bros. Or whatever else it might be. So I'm no expert in this regard, but it feels like, especially with the platform fighter with Smash Bros, that to me, that feels like that's a little more casual friendly than whatever the subgenre for Street Fighter, Tekken, and others like that would be. So I feel like that could still be possible. And then the main question that I had that I was thinking about was, what would the roster look like for the various characters from Supergiant games, and is that list large enough yet for that to be feasible, or would they ideally make another game or two to have a larger pool to draw from first? That's just what I was thinking about earlier today.
They're making games purely so they have a sustainable roster for a fighting game.
Exactly. That's actually been the plan all along.
We figured them out. We cracked the code.
Right. And then you get into the question of, technically, yes. If every single character in every single Supergiant game were a playable character in a new fighting game, then they almost certainly would have enough. But then again, there are some characters that are a lot more built out than others, and there are some that would probably be a lot more repetitive than others, so it'd be harder to make them feel distinct. So I was doing some mental math earlier today. I think I kept on coming around to somewhere in the 20s, depending on exactly how picky you are with how different you want the characters to be.
Honestly, if they were going to do a 1v1 fighter, or even a team-based fighter or something, I'd honestly like to see their take on trying to do an isometric fighter. Because all of that's kind of what Supergiant does. All of their games have this kind of either isometric or some sort of weird over-the-head perspective for like all of their games. I'd love to see him continue that and translate that into a fighter, because we don't really have anything like that in the fighting game space.
I was about to say, can you give an example of of a current game, just to wrap my head around what direction you're going for there? Because I don't really know what an isometric fighter would be.
There's not really one. Like, the closest thing I could think of are like arena fighters, but those aren't super, like, those are like very, like, people think Smash Bros is casual. That's like even more of like a casual kind of experience.
Oh,
so,
like a Smite? Is that what that would be? Kind of like,
think
is that an
more
arena
like-
fighter?
more like, I'm trying to think what are some popular ones. All of the like all of the new like Naruto fighting games are kind of arena fighters, where they're just kind of like running around all over the place. It's more like spectacle than it is like any mechanical depth. There's like 2 buttons and that's it.
Okay. Like Dive Kick. They should just make Dive Kick with Supergiant games. If you are not familiar with the game Dive Kick, go look it up right now. It's amazing.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Especially any big fighting game people.
Wait, what's it called? Because
Dive
I'm
Kick.
getting birthday cake.
You do quite literally
kick.
have 2 buttons,
Kick.
dive and kick, and that is it. And it is amazing.
Anyway, how about that Pyre?
Interesting.
How about some Pyre, though?
How about them rights?
How about them rights? Let me set us back here. But I believe we did see Lilac throw out an archetypes request here. So we will be getting started with one of those, I suppose. Let me get a random number generator out here. So of course I will randomly roll an archetype for each of you to give you some guidance on how to construct your team.
Macaws, what is your response?
What is he responding to?
I asked in the chat, what do you think the stowaway would be like for a fighting game?
Oh, I don't have Twitter open, or not Twitter. What is this site?
Whoa! Do not put us in that boat.
I don't have that open either. I mean,
Coming to you live from Twitter.
Right? Is that even a thing? I don't know. Maybe it is.
Apparently you can, like, stream stuff on Blue Sky, which is, like, the new Twitter equivalent, or something.
Alright, while you guys are thinking about that, well, I also did just send you both your archetypes, so let me know if you guys have any questions about them. Otherwise, I'll load us in here.
For a second, I read that as something very different. Wait, actually, no, I won't say what I
Yeah,
read
no,
it
I don't think
as,
you
I might
should.
Give it away. It might give away the prop. I'll tell you afterwards.
Welcome to the spring of Jomir.
Each of you seeks to be free from this forsaken land.
Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. True Nightwings, stand prepared. Tempers, stand prepared.
Alright, so both players have their randomly assigned archetypes, giving them some direction with how they should either construct their team and or play their team once the match actually begins. But yeah, going back to the Supergiant fighting game idea just for a second, that was one of the challenges that I was having as we see Macalls load in a Web Lanthorn Messenger Imp was, you know, you have all these characters from, take Pyre for example, who all have similar capabilities. They all have auras around them. They can all cast their auras. They can sprint, they can jump, they can throw the orb. But how many of those can you do before it starts feeling repetitive?
yeah, it would be interesting to think about. Wait, hold on. No, these need to go here.
It's like I was
Right?
thinking, on one hand, Pyre is maybe if you feel like you really need to fill out a roster, get as many characters as possible in this theoretical Supergiant fighting game, Pyre would potentially be one of the easiest games to draw from, just because there are a lot of playable characters in it. But on the other hand, if you're concerned about things getting too repetitive, then where do you draw the line? You could certainly do one of each, basically all the members of the Nightwings, so that way you aren't getting, you know, duplicate curs or duplicate worms or whatever, but even that might be a little bit hard to make all the characters feel different enough. So I was thinking maybe even cutting it off at the original 3.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Huh?
My cursor has been reduced to a singular pixel.
Oh, that's lovely.
I
You are
can
hovering
see a
over the oh well, I
singular
guess you can see the
pixel.
talisman pocket pop up when
Can
you
you see
hover
the
over that, so you
singular pixel?
sort of know where it is.
No, I can see
You
the
see the
cursor
thing-
just fine.
Yeah, I kind of.
Oh no. That's
It's a
strange
distinct
and
disadvantage for maybe this was Lilac's archetype. Lilac just doesn't want to reveal that to you yet.
I don't think that's the case.
Oh,
gonna
what?
be
You guys
honest.
didn't know? The secret 34th archetype is just technical issues. Yeah, so I think my running count was going in order. Bastion would be the spoiler alert for every Supergiant game, I guess, but for Bastion, probably the Kid and Zulf, but I don't really know if you could do anything beyond that. Then for Transistor, Red, it gets hard doing anything more than that. Maybe, why am I blanking out on his name? Royce, although even that feels like could be a little bit hard to avoid feeling duplicative. Then you do get Sybil was the other one that I was thinking of, Phaler, exactly. So I think probably 3, maybe even the Boxer in Transistor if you're really trying to get as many characters as possible. The Boxer, of course, is the character who you do not see very much of in Transistor because he does die, basically immediately. But he was theoretically supposed to be the main character originally, until a fairly last-minute switch that made Red the main character.
Wait, is he called the Boxer? Or
Yeah,
is it,
that's
I thought it
technically
was
his
just
name.
Boxer. Oh, I thought it was just Boxer.
It might be, I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's ever actually referred directly by name in the game, so it's theoretically all, you know, the beta or, you know, in development names that they were referring to him by. But that's the other thing, though, Phaler, is there are some characters in all of the games that are probably just too big and different to ever make them fit and work. Like, Spine probably doesn't work. The Ankle Gator, I mean, maybe. But I feel like that's cutting it pretty close. I probably would have said no to that one, but depending on how you execute it, maybe you could make that happen. Then Pyre, as we said, potentially a crazy number of characters, but realistically, I think at most you could do all of the members of the Nightwings, maybe plus Orlek, but you might need to draw the line somewhere much sooner than that to avoid too much overlap, in which case probably the original 3 members of the Nightwings would be the easiest place to cut off for Pyre. Then Hades 1 and 2, you can definitely do a lot. Depending on, again, how desperate you are to get as many characters as possible, but you can go Zagreus, you can probably go Hades himself, Meg, although I don't think you do Meg's sisters. I feel like that's probably too much overlap. Lerny, I think you probably have to skip. I feel like Theseus and the Minotaur you might be able to do separately. You might be able to get away with that. Sisters could be alternates, or I was thinking like some ultimate ability summons them or something like that. Minotaur could be alt for Theseus, maybe, although the thing that... Uh-oh. Technical issues?
Wait, help.
You do have control... Oh, I mean, obviously you're able to set things up, but...
when I click, it switches. And when I press space,
This feels like we just have the
Wait.
wrong controls.
Wait. Yeah, wait,
This
yeah.
just feels like the wrong control setting.
Are you going to... Ah, there we go. It's WASD controls.
Hmm. So you do mouse presets, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that just means Macaws, we're gonna have to go back to your controls for a second and probably re-overwrite some of the stuff for the switching.
Okay.
Which I think you can only do if you move the cursor. I can't do that for you.
I'm moving the cursor right now.
Ew, what if you pause?
Now I can move the cursor.
There we go.
Up.
Okay. Hopefully this will do the trick now. Lilac? Okay, great.
There we go, there we go.
There we go.
I thought there was gonna be a countdown and I tapped
Oh,
out.
sorry. Maybe I should have done that. My bad.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
then
pick
you-
up the ball.
You could get the curse of having the orb right behind the portal. Oh, and Lilac uses the Crone Salute. But Macaw still has the orb.
If I were that one, I'd be rather angry.
And the explosion! Hold on, can Macaw weather the storm of the Crone Salute? He practically has. He does still have one Howler, but now has two characters who are capable of behaving as they normally would. The last Howler is gone, and now Macaw is back to normal here.
Now go.
He still has this portal. Brazen Manor was active, but unable to get through there with Iggy. But everyone is down on Lilac's side, so that does mean some time here for Macaw if he's quick enough. But Orlek does come back in time, and that is not something that you often hear people saying. That is kind of his whole weakness. This time, Macaw's able to knock back the defender with Brazen Manor and Kerfang. That's 48 damage in a round that, remember, started with Lilac using the Crone Salute. So that was huge from Macaw, but here is Lilac with a response. It's a 25 damage plunge from Orlek.
The orb. Banishment for
Down on Lilac's side now. Uncontested scoring opportunity if Macaw is quick enough. Once again, going for the big Kerfang plus Brazen Manor play. It's not quite enough damage, but it practically gets Macaw there.
Wait, my internet. Wait, there we go.
No, my internet.
turn for the true Night Wings.
Sorry, that was not that was not meant to be a dig at you. That was a failed attempt at making it sound like someone got punched in the internet as if it were a part of the body. I realized that was kind of hard to convey that idea.
'Twas as though the
Okay,
scribes
Steam Remote
themselves
Play.
stood by their side.
I'm not pleased with you right now.
Thus
Ruh-roh.
end
I did just see that you disconnected. I don't know if that was of your own doing or if that was Steam Remote
Okay.
Play.
Okay, so when Macaw was making the final score, I had barely any control over my characters.
until the next
Like-
right.
Not like an internet thing per se, but like I clicked to move them, but then I couldn't control them at all after that, which was very strange. And then every time someone scored, the screen would freeze. I don't know
Oh.
why.
Yeah, that doesn't sound good. I mean, if you'd like, I can try inviting you back, and there's a chance that for whatever reason, Remote Play will behave a little bit better. But
Yes, please.
that's unfortunately not guaranteed to be the case. Maybe we'll have better luck this time. Let us know if there's anything else we'd like to see for the next one. But yeah, I was thinking, Murph, like, Typhon, the Spine, definitely too big to be playable characters in this super giant fighting game. But in Hades, you could potentially get a whole bunch Thanatos could be one. Nemesis, Heracles, Eris probably. Prometheus, maybe even Aetos or whatever his name, the bird that is Prometheus's friend, maybe even a separate character, or maybe that's just kind of a character that comes along with Prometheus. I think you could probably make Kronos a playable character. You might have a Hecate, yes. You may need to nerf Kronos a bit, or at least make him balanced. But I think there are... If you look at every single game, I think it's actually... I don't know how many characters you would need, but I think you get pretty close. I wasn't sure, Murph, when it came to the likes of Icarus, Artemis, you know, characters who you sort of see directly. I guess Athena you might put in that category as well, but only in a relatively limited way. And then you have all the characters who you see as an NPC, but never out in the field doing anything directly, and you'd have a lot to work with, or you'd have a lot of work to do to make them a fully realized character, because you're more or less building from scratch. But if you wanted to do that, you have no shortage of options from the Hades 1 and Hades 2 roster. So I think the big question when it comes to getting enough characters in that situation is just how desperate are you to get as many playable characters as possible from every game? Because if you are, then you're probably going to get a lot of people who are relatively similar between Hades 1 and Hades 2, and then depending on how many you draw from Pyre as well, which is why you'd probably like to have one or two more Supergiant games to give you a little more variety. But I think it could be possible already to do it. All right, well, I'm not seeing any requests for this one. So I think we'll just hop back in. Unless Lilac turns customize off here. Randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans, also setting us up to just get thrown straight into the action here. Won't get to see what those things are in advance. It's the Cairn of Aub. It's a sap, a harp, and a savage. For Makos, who does not have the Savage Salute, we know that much. For Lilac, it's Oralek, it's Snadra, and it's Udmilda. Winged Fury for Makos' Tamitha. Everyone down on Lilac's side. It's a 20 damage harp throw from Makos. Oh, I realized that for this entire time I've not typed in Lilac's name. In case anyone was wondering, yeah, that is Lilac who's player 2 right now. Remind me to do that after this game is over, and then...
No, it's not. It's me, Chewing Dragon.
Oh no! We've been deceived.
Been lying to you the whole time.
What a fool we were. How could I not have seen? Oh, Lilac/Chewing Dragon tests for the Crone Salute, but does not appear to have it. Numbing Gust, though, on Makos' Manly, slowing down Lilac/Chewing Dragon, but not enough so to stop that 25. Oh, were they tied? They might have been tied. Okay, so that actually doesn't tell us much from a Crone Mastery standpoint. Shoulder Smash, we now know that much. Everyone down once again. On the Lilac/Chewing Dragon team side means time for 25 damage sap throw. Snadra and Udmilda. Snadra goes down though. Here's Manly.
Barely a mark
Has to
against
go for a
that
quick
flame.
throw here to get it off in time, so it's 8.
Show of strength from the Temper's rivals. Did that
There's
one
Ulmer,
throw it in?
throwing that one in for 20. It does drop Lilac/Chewing Dragon down to 22, which means one score could potentially be all that Macaws needs, but of course maxes out at just 20 with Ulmer, so that's insufficient. But at this point, unless Lilac/Chewing Dragon has RITE Lights for 20 rekindling from the Talisman slot, it is likely
Your fellow exiles remain banished,
that that
and it is
will do
done.
the trick.
The
GG.
true night
GG.
winds prevail. A rite conducted with aplomb.
Any better that time, Lilac?
The rite is done.
Much better.
Oh, okay,
Thank you.
great. Also, you activated my
Until
trap
the
card.
Stars align.
Oh no.
You have just confirmed that you are in fact Lilac and not Chewing Dragon by responding when I
no.
when I referred to you as Lilac. I knew it.
No!
I knew it.
You tricked me.
I would not be deceived.
How could you?
All right. Well, Lilac, is it the Tempers who you would like to play? As I realize, oh, I didn't even activate the sigil for Macaws either. Ah, man, Lids.
You know what? Sure, I will represent the Tempers this week.
All right. Well, let us know if there is anything we'd like to do for the next one. That one was customize off. We'll turn it back on unless we hear otherwise. Ah. Oh, I was really wondering if you were going to mess with the last letter of that word.
So, not this time.
You had the chance. Had the chance to throw a real curveball there. But it is just a boat. Alright, not seeing anything else, so let's hop in.
The true Nightwings versus the Tempers. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
It's a speedy messenger imp for Macaws. Prayer Beads Oralek for Lilac. Cost going Nutrition Stick with maximum rekindling on Manly.
Ignatius.
Canned Singularity for Lilac's Ignarius. Vanishing Throw, Stowaway, that'll be Macaws' final selection. And lastly, a Speedy Bispaleth for Lilac.
Now begin.
There's Macaws with Messenger Imp, trying to sneak past those big demon auras and is able to do so for 25 damage plunge, courtesy of that extra imp damage mastery. Then again, Lilac does have a ton of starting Pyre Life, courtesy of all those demon masteries. Here's Oralek, plunging for 25 for Lilac.
A mere
Cost loses Messenger Imp, but does set up a relatively dangerous portal in the process, so that's getting reset. Because here is Oralek plunging once again for 25. With Prayer Beads, does return, that's the reason why Lilac's able to do that twice in a row, but now Macaws with a 25 damage answer. Stowaway, first the orb this time, but she's banished. Lilac, Orlek, and now Iggy. Trying to invoke the boat magic. But Macaws was ready, in position to get the stop. On a few occasions now. Vanishing throw from the Stowaway, but she also goes down. In fact, Macaws is defenseless for the next few seconds here. But even with the boat magic, Lilac not quite quick enough to take advantage of that situation. Now here's Macaws, after banishing with that throw, clears out enough room for the Stowaway.
Was that a delayed shooting
Yeah,
star?
I'm not entirely sure what that was, to be brutally honest with you. It did seem like one of your demons just kind of lost the will to live there.
Oh no! That's a bit alarming.
Oh, a clever teleport there from Macaws' Stowaway. Sets up another 20 damage throw from her. Once again, Messenger Imp comes up short, but sets that portal in roughly the same spot that we've seen before. Lilac wins the orb back, very close to Macaws' Pyre. That facilitates this 25 damage plunge, but do remember that Macaws took quite a bit of rekindling. I believe it's 50 from Manly. This is not a one-score game, even though it might look like that is the case. Nonetheless, a timely stop from Macaws, and got sent very close to Lilac's Pyre by going through that portal, but I don't think that was the intention, as he did not yet have the orb. A little back and forth there from Manly, but not quick enough to avoid Vizpaleth. Macaws now back with the Imp, and the portal is still in an advanced position, although maybe not quite as dangerous as it was previously. This is Iggy, and also the Stowaway.
I think that's an imp.
Oh, and the Stowaway does get that one. Ooh, slightly less than the maximum, 19 instead of 20. We'll see if that proves to be a factor or not. As there's a quick follow-up here, 25 damage plunge from Messenger Imp. Now, he does not have Prayer Beads, though, so he is gone in this round. So up to the Stowaway to snipe that one in. Messenger Imp again. Up he goes. The Stowaway picks it back up. Was going for a similar snipe, but instead got the banishments. But everyone is down on Lilac's side, so that means time for Messenger Imp to throw this go-round. That does drop Lilac down to 26, and this is where that one damage that Macaws missed on that previous Stowaway throw is significant, because if not for that, it would be a one-score game for Macaws. But as we see here, despite Macaws only having 25 Pyre life with the rekindling, we now see that, in fact, it's a lot more than that. Ooh, and last second save there from Macaws' Stowaway, who jumps through the portal and instantly into the Pyre. Got his geometry right there, and now at this point, one score for Macaws would likely do the trick. As long as it's not a very quick throw, any of his characters would be capable. Except with that 30 damage plunge, we now have ourselves a sudden death match. Will it be Macaws? Vanishes one, gets the orb back here, and with that score,
GG.
takes the win.
GG.
GG.
A victory so narrowly achieved, and thus more glorious.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
All right, well, let's head on back
Until the next rite.
and let us know if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. That was a boat request, but otherwise, at least with the team construction, it was all up to the players. Of course, if we do not receive any requests from chat, we'll just leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like.
Hold on. What do you mean something went wrong? Please try again later.
Excuse me?
Well, this won't do at all.
Oh, there we are.
I was trying to request that as well as the Imp Arena.
Oh, all at once?
It's not letting me.
Were you trying to make the Imp Arena be the archetype? Twitch was like,
No,
I do not
no,
understand.
No, I'm trying to do a arena request, but it won't let me. It keeps saying that something went wrong.
Huh. That's strange. Alright, well, I guess, yeah. If we would like to combine the archetype request with an arena request, we probably should do the arena first, so that way we don't have anyone who is inherently trying to tilt the scale in their favor, tailoring it to whatever archetype they've received. But if we don't...
Please, Twitch!
Are you still trying?
Maybe if I reload the tab.
I was gonna say, maybe you should refresh the page or something. Maybe then it will cooperate?
Nope.
Nope. Maybe not.
Nope.
Alright, I guess it's just an archetype this time around. Maybe we'll get a random Isle of Kalamer for all we know. Let me roll some numbers for you guys. Okay, this one is for Macross. Oh, did we even talk about what the archetypes were for the previous archetype match? I realized that I don't think we did.
We did not.
Yeah, I got ball hogs. I got ball hogs, and then I got slightly jump scared because I was like, wait a minute, is that my name?
I got big.
Just don't say the one that I just sent you, Macross, just as a warning.
Right. Yeah. The one I got last one was Big Hitter. Emphasize attacking with high damage scores. Figure getting the
Ooh.
biggest numbered exile possible was sufficient enough for that one.
Oh yeah, and I think you did that on a couple of occasions, right?
Those were 2/3 of my entire score.
Nice.
Was the big boy demon score.
Testing our memory a little bit, because this was a few matches ago now that we're talking about, but I have just sent a new set of archetypes to the players. Let us
Okay, that's an
see what
interesting
arena we
one.
end up at. Oh yeah, and let me know if either of you have any questions. I can answer them via DM if you would like.
The true Nightwings shall
It's the
take
Fall of
on
Solium, where we end up
the
finding ourselves here.
Templars. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites? Hamatha.
Exploding Pamatha in the first spot for Macross. Lilac, did you have any? Oh, hold on. I might.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
hold on.
just
Give me a
sent
second to
you.
answer Lilac's question. Yeah, I think I can answer that, Lilac. One sec.
why, thank you.
Now, one moment while I think about what the answer to that question is. Let me know if that answers your question, Lilac.
Ah, gotcha. That does.
Okay. Speedy Volfred for Lilac. Web Lanthorn Messenger Imp for Macaws. I was about to say, just heads up, you haven't taken your Lust Mastery yet. Vanishing Throw Gilman. Prayer Bead Stowaway is Macaus's final choice. For Lilac, it's Nutrition Stick on Manly. Begin. Cost first the orb, switches into the Stowaway, and, you know, she's a little off the mark with the plunge, but we'll still give her the 20 damage. And then a Harp Push there. Bumping the sap aside and allowing Pamitha to get in for a 20 damage plunge, followed quickly thereafter by a 20 damage Stowaway plunge. Again, this time switching into Messenger Imp, who sets up a dangerous portal, but it's Lilac in possession, except the Stowaway teleports and says, I'll take that, thank you very much.
Splendid.
Plunging here for 20.
Once more like that, and we are finished.
Pamitha switches to the Stowaway. Stowaway goes down, though. Pamitha back at it, but it's Lilac who got the orb, at least momentarily. But everyone down on Lilac's side. Time for an uncontested Stowaway throw, except there's 100 rekindling for Lilac, which means we are functionally tied at this point.
Well, now that was exciting.
Manly, down he goes.
How very sad for the Tempers.
Now to the flame.
Cross with the Stowaway, but the Stowaway blocked, banishes one defender, teleports back to the orb, and now jumping in for another 20.
The true night wings are now favored.
Pamitha down, but takes out Volfred along with her. Stowaway, little stutter step, little side-to-side motion. It's enough to sneak through there for a 20 damage plunge. Big implosion there. Gilman emerges. Down he goes, though. Window of time here for Macaws, but into the sapling aura he goes. Big implosion. Gilman does return, though. Has infinite stamina, at least for a few seconds, and Lilac able to plunge in here for 15. Does, however, mean there's now no Gilman. Aggressive Stowaway plays here from Macaws, and it does pay off. Stowaway back at it. This time the throw for 18. Not the maximum. That does mean that this is not possible for Macaws to finish with one score, as he caps out at 20. As we see here, Lilac holding on with 2. We've already seen the rekindling, so that means there will be no second life bar at this stage. And with that score, it is Macaws who is the victor.
Wings prevail.
GG.
And what a crushing victory
GG.
it was.
Well
The
played, you two.
ceremony is complete.
That was an Archetypes match. You guys are welcome to share your archetypes now if you would like.
I got
Until the
unstoppable.
stars align.
Emphasize using unblockable maneuvers or scores. I tried my best.
I had it now you see me, now you don't. Emphasize using teleportation-based abilities.
Well done. Let us know if there's anything we'd like to see for the next one. Otherwise, of course, we can always leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. Oh, Murph, with the mastery request, says you must score at least a 40-point swing unless you have a banished exile from a prior dive. Oh, like every single time must be 40
What?
points? Or like over the course of the
What?
match, you have to have at least one time when you score 40 damage. Every single time, I think he's saying. Wow, that's...
Oh.
There are not that many ways to get up that high. In fact, there are
What?
very few.
There's precisely one.
Yeah. Like, wait a second.
That means... Okay.
Oh, but he says leech counts. So, like, net 40 points of value. Okay, that actually does open up several more ways. Okay.
So does it have to be exactly 40? Can we go over?
He says at least 40.
Okay.
So, if, for example, you had a 30 damage score that was doing 50% leech, net 45 points of value, that would count. So that opens up some more options. Or, let's see. Nomads go all the way down on the left side. You can get built-in 50% leech, so add that on top of even more leech. You don't have to take the 50% leech talisman. You could take the one that gives you a flat 10. And that would be another way to get up to exactly 40. So there are a few ways at this point. Alright, why don't we load in? It might be a little bit easier to conceptualize once players can see the characters, the masteries, and the talismans, and do a little bit of math.
The true
Figure out
right
what
wings
does and does not reach that
shall now
threshold.
face The Tempers. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
I suppose you could commit to having a character who just never scores, as I believe McCoss just did there, because that harp cannot reach 40 damage.
Okay. Okay. How do we pull this off?
There's definitely one straightforward way, and you're looking at it.
Has to be at least 40 or
At least 40.
exactly?
Yeah, so you already have 40 if you do the Brazen Manor here.
Ignites.
Anything else is obviously still useful, but technically overkill. And technically, yeah, if you take the built-in 50% leech and then throw on the 10 there, yeah, that I feel like is one of the more abstract ways of reaching 40. It is possible with the nomads.
Jodariel.
Brazen Manor demons, certainly possible with them. 50% leech on a crone could do it.
Bertrude.
Now, bear in mind, this does mean that for Lilac you would need to hit those Brazen Manors. Unless, in this case, if you take the Flame Leech, that would be enough.
Demon.
Alright, so let's see how the players do here, trying to reach a minimum of 40 points of value with each score.
No sign of the true Nightwings
everyone is down.
this time. The true Nightwings
That's only 38. That's what I was saying. You do need
Oh no.
the Brazen Manor. Do we have a
Okay.
system in case the players do not reach the threshold? Maybe we should have established that from the
Gets a
onset.
free, I'll let him have a free score.
Lendl plunged into your pyre.
That's not 40 either.
Well, it should
It's
be 20
20
leech.
leech.
Even though it only said 10, it should have added up to 20 total.
In the name of Solium Murph.
Meanwhile, Murph is like, I don't know what the solution would be if someone misses 40. Because then it also raises the question, like now, for example, Makas has 97 life, which means technically he can only leech 3. And so does that mean he's just not allowed to score right now? Because no matter what he does, he can't reach 40 points of value? That was another thing that I was wondering.
That's it.
I think the music is fitting.
Absolution.
Maybe. Like, technically that was not 40 points of value either.
Yeah, but if you score 40 points and they've only got 7 Pyre life, like, are you still only doing
True,
7
true.
points of value? Like, we're getting, the semantics are getting too
You're
cute
right.
with it.
It's more complicated than it would seem at surface level, depending on
Songs.
how picky you want to be about it. Meanwhile, Murph is saying if he has to eat a score, he has to eat a score. Well, meanwhile,
True Nightwings.
Makas says enough about that.
Gee,
I'm just throwing this thing in and taking the win.
The rite is ended.
So, maybe a little harder in practice than we anticipated to execute that request, but it was an interesting idea. Let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one.
is anyone else interested in getting in? I'm curious.
Would anyone like to get in on the action? We've had these two going for a little while now.
Wishes to fight me.
Murph says mayhaps.
Mayhaps.
Iroder says not today, have to leave early tomorrow. No worries, Iroder. Anyone else who might be interested? Just to check with you two, Makas and Lilac, are you two good to stick around, or do either of you need to leave imminently?
I'm good to stick around.
I am good as
Okay.
well.
Just checking because I'm not sure. Murph expressed some interest, though I'm not sure if he's immediately available. And what's up, Frost? How's it going? We were just saying that Makas and Lilac have been going for a little while here, so if anyone else is interested in getting in, we could potentially do a switch relatively soon. Let us know if you would like to get in. But I'm getting the feeling that at the very least it may make sense. Okay, Murph says whenever we want to swap, he's ready. So maybe we do one more between Makas and Lilac, and then at a minimum, we'll get Murph in. We'll see if there's a second player who'd also like to get in on the action, or if it'll just be a single swap. How's that sound?
Sounds
Good to
good.
All right. Not seeing any requests for this one, so why don't we just let the players take whatever they'd like.
The true Nightwings.
It's the Nest of Trieste.
The Tempers. Welcome.
No requests, so whatever the players want, they can have on this occasion.
I got a special request when Murph joins.
Oh,
You better buckle up.
I was gonna say, Murph, you might want to brace yourself. Legendary Triesta's Plume for Pamitha here. Murph is he's strapped on the bracers. He's ready to go.
I think you'll be quite a fan of it, Lids.
Oh.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
Sandra.
Exploding Snadra.
Don't worry about it.
Everything will be just fine.
There's no need to be concerned or excited or anything. It's a perfectly normal request.
Alright, it's Perfang Tamitha for Lilac. Is that 2 harps on the harp arena? I feel like this is not a coincidence, as that's a power casting Lendl for Makos. Oh, Frost might be interested in getting in. Okay, well, as I said, we may very well look to do... We'll probably look to do at least one switch after this one. We could potentially do a double switch, or we could stagger if we want to try to just get a little bit more different matchups in today. We can figure that out once this one's over. So right now, we have a few shoulder smashes. And a root
A pyre has been scathed.
for Makos's Worm to plunge in here for 15. It's a lot of jumping, a lot of banishing, a lot of people landing in the lava. And eventually, that amounted to Snadra being the only character in, but right as she was about to throw it in, Lilac got a defender back. But once again, everyone is getting either shoulder smashed or getting melted in the lava. Here we go. It is Snadra who ends that round with a 20 damage plunge for Makos. Gilman gets rid of one of the defenders, scoops up the orb, throws that one in for 15. Ametha, straight in here, and with Triesta's Plume, it's a little bit of bonus damage and potentially the Prayer Beads effect. Yes, Lilac does get it. Gets the block here as well. And Shoulder Smash gets rid of one of those harps. Oh, and I did not even realize that Makos got the throw off there in time. He did. Lilac. Oh, I thought Lilac was through there, but Makos with the last second save. Makos, 20 damage, 10 leech. Drops Lilac down to 15, meaning that it is possible for Makos to finish this. And with that Worm Throw, has just enough to do just that. GG.
GG.
Adversaries.
Well played, you two.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
Get in here, Murph.
Well, yeah, it sounds like at the very least we're looking to get Murph in here for this one, and maybe Frost King, although Frost might be waiting for, or might be at least open to wait for a little while longer.
Wait a second. Something's wrong.
Oh.
Where's the Titan Star request?
Did I forget to press the button? Hold on. Let me see if I forgot to press the button.
Important.
One moment.
Very important.
One moment. I might have forgotten to press the button. Let's
Lids, how could
see.
you?
Oh, would you look at that? It's a shiny button that I may or may not have forgotten to have pressed. It should be there now, for what it's worth.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, thank you for the. I'm assuming it is my time to bow out.
Well, up to you. I think, as I said, we're hoping to get Murph in here, and we may be about to swap Frost King in the near future as well. So,
Excellent.
in that case, maybe we'll swap Lilac out to get Murph in for a battle of the M's, the M&M's. That's your new nickname. It's official. You don't have any say in the matter. And then maybe we'll swap Macaws out so that we can get Frost in after that.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, GG's, Lilac. Thanks for stopping by.
GG's.
Catch you later.
Farewell.
There
See
thee
ya.
will. Okay, now let's track down Murph. Invite on its way. And the phrasing is interesting. And it definitely didn't need to be a Titan Stars request, but I get what you were going for there, Lilac. For both players, this is?
Oh my.
Okay. Hey Murph, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Set you
How are
up
you
here.
guys?
Doing all right. Just doing some multiplayer Pyre stuffs, of course.
That's what we do.
That and occasionally dabble with the idea of having a super giant franchise fighting / melee / brawler, whatever the correct terminology is.
Yeah.
What is Pyre? Does it even exist? Spheris, I feel like this is not the first time you've been asking this question today. I'm pretty sure you were saying earlier that we weren't sure if Macaws existed. It's alright, it's alright. It's just one of those days when we're thinking deep thoughts. Okay, well, so there are actually a couple of requests here. One is for an arena of my choosing, which I may base on the other request, which is for the technically correct setup for Infiniworms, which I'm happy to provide guidance on that front, as that may be necessary to ensure that they are set up the way that they ought to be. What would be the best arena for this in that case? I think the answer could be Pitamalith? Could be Pitamalith. Sure. We'll go for this.
The true Nightwings shall confront the accusers. Welcome.
Alright, so the technically correct answer is no, hold on. It must be Gilman first. And then he is to have for his talisman this guy right here, the Bright Wisp. And then on the mastery front, you absolutely must have the first mastery on both sides. Then, it's been a little while, one moment. Yes, and heroic stand as well. Then, technically, with the last mastery, you could sort of have some flexibility on that one. I tend to go with either the R2 or R3, although I know people have generally been big fans of C's Chance as well. So left to their own devices, I imagine people would tend to go with that. Stunning Claim, I was about to say, is maybe the one thing that is thematically very inconsistent with the whole Infiniworms all I can do is sprint idea. I'll allow it, but...
I mean, this build is already kind of chopped anyways.
I was
How
also going
dare
to go
you.
stunning claim there for the record, so...
What was that? You were going to do it as
So I was
well?
also going to pick the stunning.
No. That defeats the whole purpose. The whole point
We
is
have
all
to
you do
stop
is
the
sprint
worms.
forward as fast as
There's too
possible.
many of them.
God.
Gilman.
All right.
Well, Murph, you know the deal.
Sir Gilman.
All right, now for the top one. This is where you have Deluge. And Deluge from a talisman standpoint, or, I mean, you could, it's going to be the same masteries for everyone, so that's straightforward. And then from a mastery standpoint, Deluge is technically your free pass to go with whatever you would like. Typically, I go for the exploding setup. But if you want to go with something different, you could. Now, technically, of course, we're flipping things around here because you're on the bottom side. So technically, Murph, this is where you go Lady River. And Lady River is the prayer beads worm. Same mastery setup.
Exile.
So that's what you would have here, Macaws. Now, this is where you, Murph, could go with the exploding worm. I think that's this fairly popular choice there, of course. But technically, if you wanted to switch this to something else, you could.
Generous.
Sir Deluge.
There is some flexibility, but here we go. Let us see the glory that is Infiniworms. The name of the game is basically, if you have stamina, then you should be sprinting. And if you are sprinting, then you probably should be going full speed straight ahead at your opponent's pyre.
Sir Gilman flung the orb into the flame.
So it should be one of the fastest pace types of rites you can get. And this is the key, where if a character goes down, that character is coming back. And that is why you can truly just go all in on offense. Reckless abandon.
Good.
Who needs defense anyway? Glorious.
Flung right in. Into the adversary's flame.
Glorious. More speed. More sprinting. More sprinting. Glorious.
The orb sails forth into the flame.
If at first you don't succeed, sprint full speed ahead and sprint full speed ahead again. That is basically the name of the game.
Sir Deluge threw it in.
Maybe even the occasional seize chance.
The
Boost your
true
damage
Nightwing's
further.
Pyre now burns relatively brighter. Righteous fire.
And it is a little bit odd. There were a few arenas we could have chosen, but technically speaking, the worst arena for all worms is the boat. Yes, more of that. Beautiful. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead again. Now counter.
Glory to the scribes.
Glory indeed.
The true Nightwing seemed to be falling behind. But Sir Deluge did fling himself
Right,
upon
well,
the
5 pyre life remaining for Murph and 6 for Macaws, so it is a sudden death match in all likelihood at this point, and with that score, it is Macaws who wins the Infiniworms matchup.
Perhaps a stroke of fortune ought be thanked.
GG.
Thus end this night's proceedings.
All right, so obviously what we just witnessed there was objectively the correct, optimal way to play Infiniworms.
Let this be a lesson to you all.
Until the stars align.
Exactly. Textbook.
He's the worm guy.
Indeed. I don't play very often nowadays, so perhaps people may have forgotten, but I am a Pyre Arts player and I am a practitioner of the Infiniworms. Alright, well, Frost, are you still interested in getting in on the action? Ought we do that here and now?
I get one freebie match with Murph. Is that okay?
That work for you, Frost, if we do one more between Macaws and Murph? Go for it? Alright, let's do that then. Let these guys go for whatever they'd like. Lilac, I'll allow it.
The true Nightwings.
Back at the nest.
The accusers.
Of
Welcome.
course, Macaws was here recently, but same cannot be said for Murph.
The
Miss Ferris would also like to hop in at some point. Okay, cool. So in that case, maybe all the more reason for us to stagger things a bit.
Sir Gilman.
Look at this. Here's Macaw saying, after having done a full-blown Infiniworms match, let's do one more so I can take whatever I'd like, and then immediately picks a worm. I'm just saying, maybe he's seen the light. Maybe he's beginning to believe.
Talking about milk, sorry.
Try some cheese.
Cheese, Gromit. Worms is enough for the infinite setup. Just don't honestly, plunging with Infiniworms is in some cases actually beneficial, at least for sustaining the Infiniworms combo, because you're more likely to get down to only having one, or actually no characters remaining, so you get your other worm back with infinite stamina. So it's almost better to plunge with a non-Prayer Beads worm, and then it doesn't take much to go full-blown Infiniworms at that point. And then you're truly at the point where you're just sprinting straight ahead, and if you run straight into opposing aura, it doesn't matter. Other worm comes back, straight back, same strategy with that one. What's up, Dad? How's it going? How are you? We're doing some multiplayer Pyre, and this is Murph plunging in for 20 with his harp.
Yes.
Cost with an unblockable throw, but it's a little bit off target here. Does not land.
The orb.
Macaws. Another throw from Bertrude, but that time it's short. Counter from Murph, plunging for 30. Goes first to the orb with... He has two worms, I might note. Not just the one that we saw initially. Of course, still not the ideal team setup, but it's an improvement. He's getting there. Give him time. Two whole worms. Just ignore this. Ignore that part. That's actually... Macaw's Bertrude is actually just two worms in a trench coat. Fun fact. Because as you can see, clearly the worms are just the best characters in the game. Here's Murph. Lunging for 30 with Jody. That does drop Macaws down to just 20. So one score may be all that Murph needs here, and I don't know if he has enough with Tizo, but Hamatha does.
GG.
And so it is done.
GG.
GG.
Their adversaries must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The right.
Fun fact, worms and crones are actually distantly related. I mean, like I said, I don't know if we have any evidence to refute that crones are actually just two worms in a trench coat. Meanwhile, Ferris is like, yeah, I mean, they're both alive. They're both organisms. Alright, well, I think at this stage, we may be looking to get Frost in. If that still works for you, Frost, and that likely means we'd swap you out, Macaws, if that works for you.
Alrighty, thanks for the rates.
GG's.
Yeah,
Thanks for stopping
GG's.
by. Works for Frost? Okay. In that case, let's do it.
My roommate has given me some very intense cheese from the grocery store.
Oh, I'm intrigued. I'm a bit of a cheese enthusiast myself.
I do love cheese, but I don't typically eat this like fancy, very pungent cheese that this is.
Oh, okay.
I'm definitely making a strange face as I eat it.
Okay. Let's see. Frost, are you showing up? On Steam. Are you? What's up, Warcrow? How's it going? Nanad, doing well, but a little tired after doing some Helldivers too. Well, hope you had some fun with that. It can certainly be a lot of fun. Time to connect controller, be a sec, hopefully. Okay, no worries. Yeah, I'm a big cheese person myself, though I tend not to. Yeah, I tend not to do any of the like super fancy or pungent cheeses. But I mean, not like, maybe not the absolute most like not, I don't know. American cheese to me is a little boring. Cheddar, you can get some interesting ones, but I like to spice it up maybe one step beyond that, but nothing like truly outlandish. Besides, actually, a few weeks ago, I was a little experimental and I saw a cheese that was supposed to be spiced with a certain kind of pepper, I didn't read the back for the label to see how spicy exactly it was supposed to be. It just said something on the name of the cheese to suggest that, okay, this is gonna be a little bit on the spicy side. Then I tried it and realized, oh wow, no, this is definitely spicier than I realized it was going to be. I did read the back and saw, oh yeah, no, these are ghost peppers that they put in this cheese. And those are pretty darn spicy. I did not realize I was signing up for that, and had I realized in advance, I almost certainly would not have gotten that cheese, but that's really the one exception I could think of.
Huh? Yeah. American cheese. Good for one thing, and that's putting on burgers.
Yeah. But like,
I'm a super melter.
I'm one of those people who will, I'll have cheese and crackers for like a full-blown meal, fairly often at that. So I'd rather not go the American cheese route for that. I'd like something a little more interesting in that case. But yeah, I'm usually not doing like the blue cheeses or anything along those lines, or more ambitious still.
Yeah, this one's definitely more of like a glass of wine and one tiny block of this cheese than put on anything, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know how this taste would meld with basically anything. I can't imagine it being good. Other than wine.
And there definitely are some cheeses that are very fancy schmancy. And those ones, they may taste incredible, but the cheese can get pretty pricey depending on just how ambitious you do get. Yeah, actually, come to think of it, there was a different cheese that I tried a few times that was really great, but it was quite pricey. But they had, actually kind of similar to the pepper cheese, it was like a curry cheese that I think had apricot in it as well, so it was sweet, it was spicy, it was amazing, but it was definitely expensive enough that it was not the kind of thing that you could really eat on the regular.
Yeah. They really do just be doing anything with cheese.
I mean, it's just such a versatile food. Some might even say, in the case of pizza, a vegetable?
I don't know if they say that.
Didn't that happened like I don't know, probably 10 plus years ago at this point, but there's technically no formal nutritional definition. Like from a botanical standpoint, I think there is a definition of what is and is not a vegetable, but from a nutritional standpoint, there's apparently no definition of what a vegetable is. And so at some point, someone either like passed a law or did something to classify pizza as a vegetable. So pizza is technically, at least in the US, I think pizza is technically a vegetable. And if pizza's a vegetable, then surely that means that cheese, one of the main ingredients of pizza, is by extension also a vegetable. I don't know, man.
It's the only way.
Something crazy like that.
Alright.
Anyways, how's it going, Frost? Welcome to our conversation about cheese.
Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Let
Okay,
me
I should
get
have
you
this
an
controller
invite.
sorted.
Grow in my cheese garden? Exactly. Tandoori
Playing the
chicken
cheese
pizza.
triumvirate. Just look at these, like, the accuser's icon. It's like 2 wedges of cheese and
Oh,
then
it
a
actually
wheel of
is.
cheese.
You're so right. You're so right.
I
Wow.
thought it was upside down cheese flavored ice cream.
Oh, that could also be, except now it's gonna fall on the floor. Alright, can one of you just confirm who's player 1, who's player 2 at this point?
I believe I'm still
Ooh.
player 2. Yeah.
Okay. We're still player 2. Take that to mean... Oops. Take that to mean that Frost is player 1. Frost, which triumvirate would you like to be today?
I'll be the essence.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's been so long since I played.
It's been a
I
while,
don't
but good to
I'll
get you back.
remember. You know what? And that makes me think.
Oh?
Let's just do this to get started.
I was gonna say, does that mean we give you a warm-up match first? Or maybe Customize Off is the warm-up? Apparently. Spheris is against the additional essence, but wait, Spheris, don't you play as the essence? Or am I making this up? I feel like I've seen you play as the essence before, in which case, why would you be opposed to additional people playing as the essence? I would think you would want your ranks to grow stronger.
The essence would be the triumvirate. It would be very territorial, actually.
He says he's not against it, though. Oh, maybe... Okay, maybe I'm
That's what a bird would
lumping
say,
these two
if they
messages
were against
together.
it.
I see, oh my god, another essence player. That's positive, but then I see the not like
okay.
this, which is, I guess, not a continuation. I took that to mean you did not want any other essence players. Alright, well, let's get this one started then. And would this be the first time you two have played each other, Frost and Murph? It might be.
Possibly.
Maybe. I
I
feel like maybe
recall.
we played once before or something.
Okay.
I've played a lot of people at this point.
Potentially the first time these two have played each other.
The essence.
Oh, it was the customize off that you were reacting to with that emote. Okay, gotcha. Alright, so Frost has a worm, a cur, and a harp. Murph has 2 demons, both of whom are normal, non-Orlac demons, and 1 worm. Customize off, so we don't know what else the players have going for them. We'll see what we can find out. What we will see are some finger guns. Jody now. In she goes for a 30 damage plunge. throw.
flung the orb into
Oh,
the flames.
that's not the number that I expected
Not
to
these
see.
chance. What is the max damage on this worm? I gotta wonder. It might be better than the demons.
And it is done.
Well,
I mean, it was enough.
I don't even think we got the number on that
I don't know what it
occasion.
had. Curve bangs. Curve work on those. Yeah, GG.
Excellently done this
GG.
time, I must admit.
Well played, you two.
The right
Yeah, plus
is
8
done.
damage from something, and then C's chance conditionally as well.
I don't know if it's just +8 though, because that might have been a partial
Until
throw.
the next right.
And now you had some good missions. Nice, nice. It's been so long since I've tried Helldivers 2 again. I did play it back in the day, but I don't know what's changed. Yeah, I imagine with 23 damage, it was probably one of the +8 damage talismans. Yes, it's possible you got a partial damage throw, but the chance for you to land exactly on 23 just feels like that would be
That's true.
pretty unlikely. Well, anyways, we'll turn Customize back on, but let us know if there is anything we'd like to see for the next one. Murph, what is your cheese of choice, generally speaking?
Ease of choice. I mean, it depends on the food, for sure, that I'm putting it on.
Okay.
Like on a sandwich, like a turkey sandwich, probably provolone.
Okay.
Provolone goes good on a lot of things, really. Good on burgers too.
It's a pretty
I mean, pepper
complimentary
jack's pretty
cheese.
good. I think like one that I don't typically include in this thought, like queso that you
Okay.
dip chips in at a Mexican restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really good, but it's like not really fair to compare it to the other ones. I think
it's
the
sort of a
only
different
one that's in the
category.
liquid form.
Oh, this is weird. That, Nightbot tried to block that talisman request, which is a little strange, but there we go. There is a talisman request for Black Hoof. I assume for both players, Ferris? What's up, in love with the streamer? Murph, we don't judge you, and we respect you, and that's why I think you have total right to be wrong. Oh no.
To be wrong on what?
I assume this is
not
with
like
your
queso?
cheese selections.
I mean, I didn't mention every cheese I enjoy, but
Quick, start naming all of the cheeses, Murph. Surely
cover
they'll approve
every
of
base.
something.
Nobody can be upset with me. No.
Alright, well, why don't we get this one started up? There is a Black Hoof talisman request. Right? Oh, you know cheese?
Name every
Name
cheese.
all of them.
American.
The essence shall now face the accusers. Welcome.
So is this we have to Black
Who
Hoof
shall conduct
one
the
exile? Is that
rites?
it?
Yes, I don't think we got any specification as to where that Black Hoof exile is, so technically at this point I think you could have it be the first, second, third, you know, wherever you want that Black Hoof character to be. Just make the best use of it you can, says Ferris.
Okay, I have an idea. Actually, I don't remember what the Black Hoof does, actually. I don't know which one that is.
It's a range throwing stowaway in the first spot for Frost. Meanwhile,
You
Murph
can't-
will quickly read up.
Can't hold the orb. Okay, that is the one I thought it was, actually.
Alright, it will be Tizo with the Black Hoof for Murph. It'll be Joe Dario with the black hoof for Frost. Now, Exploding Deluge for Murph, so of course at this rate both players have taken the required talisman. From here on out it is up to them to do whatever they'd like. Speedy Tamitha is Frost's last choice. Where's Murph? We'll go for a Leeching Jodario. Here we go. Black hoof for both players. It is a cursed talisman, one that you tend not to see players taking unless it is specifically requested, or unless we find ourselves in a customized off match, because it always seems to show up then. Can they find a way to still make use of it? Everyone down on Frost's side, so potentially an opportunity here if Murph is quick enough. Does have a portal in a strong position here, but did take long enough that Frost got some characters back, able to get the stop with those characters, and then throws this one in for 14. Down goes the stowaway. Down goes everyone, in fact, on Frost's side. Once again, those characters come back quickly enough. Oh! There was someone back to defend, but not in position to stop that plunge from Jodario. Throw, but it's intercepted. Here's Murph, but loses Deluge. Only to then get him back. Seize chance active, that has a little more damage potential. It's, though, still 15 that time round.
The orb's unclaimed again.
Oh, and there you see Murph sets up the portal directly on top of the Pyre. I think that's how he got a Jody score previously. Maybe looking for it again here. With Brazen Manor, it's 40 points. It does mean no Jody in this round. Technically, it does mean that Murph is in range for one score, but it would require a Brazen Manor score from Jody, who, as we were just saying, is not available in this round. One way or another, it would have to wait. But after that plunge, now dropping Frost to 25, it does mean that Brazen Manor is no longer necessary. Just a standard Jody plunge would be sufficient. I don't know that Murph has the extra damage on Tizo. We have seen Seize Chance on Deluge. That would give him enough damage, but Deluge is gone in this round, of course. And here's Frost.
I hate to say it, but damage on Tizo would not help me here. Because he can't hold the orb.
Oh, well, it's still possible to score.
Is it? Real?
It is, yeah.
You can score it with the imp even if he has
It's difficult, but it can be done.
I didn't know that.
Don't you pass the orb or someone standing on the pyre?
Exactly. If they're already standing on top of the pyre and then you pass them the orb, they technically can plunge with it.
I was unaware of this tech.
It's sort of a BM move if you want to just forcibly score in one of, if not the most difficult ways possible, just for the sake of doing so. So, for example, having a portal directly on top of your opponent's pyre could help in a way, although it also means Murph can use that to send Jody in for the winning plunge.
GG.
GG. Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
Alright, well let's head on back.
Until the next rite.
Let us know if there's anything we would like to see for the next one. That one was a request for the cursed talisman, the Black Hoof, which prevented characters from picking up the orb. Now we're going back to a customized off request for more randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Could still do an arena and or a song, but the other stuff pretty much all accounted for here. At first, I think it was Murph doing some drumming, and then I joined in.
No, I don't think it was me.
Oh, it was Frost? Okay. One way or another. Someone may have been doing some drumming. Eventually, I joined.
I wasn't consciously drumming.
Oh,
so
no. At first, I
maybe
thought it
you
was
imagined it.
Murph was talking about the cheese. I thought that was the sound of Murph vigorously slicing into some more cheese. I was like, no, that's way too rhythmic for that to be what's happening right now.
I can get some instruments going if you
Challenge accepted, says Frost.
got a harmonica.
Oh, wow. Well, Murph says we should take whichever arena is the most drum-like. What would the answer
Oh, did I
to
click
that
arena? I meant song.
Oh, so, well, that also
No, you
makes
did
sense.
song.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, okay, no, that was just me. For some reason, reading that as arena. No, that's on me. That's not on you.
Too.
I was like, that's an interesting question that you raised, Murph. What
we should
song
just do
would have the
those.
most drums? Flashback, maybe to an extent. Rage of Demons? I feel like it ought to have a lot of drums, but I don't remember.
If I knew which one it was, I probably would have just said it.
We might need someone to help us out here. What do we think is the most drum-heavy
Music
song?
experts.
Skydance is a lot of click-like percussion.
That does sound familiar.
Or is it Talon Sheath? I was also thinking of either Talon Sheath or Skydance for, I don't know if it's necessarily the drums or more so the bass, which is obviously not the same thing, but... Wait, Skydance has a bunch of clapping. At least in the Never to Return version when player 2 has the orb. Are we about to do Never to Return Essence Edition? We might be. That might be the answer.
That might be it. That might be it.
Hold on, Sparus is checking. I think the answer might be Never to Return Essence Edition. At least off the top of my head, that's the one thing that comes to mind. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know what the alternative would be. Thinking of all these songs that definitely have lower sort of bass sounds, but having a hard time differentiating that from the drums. Yeah, Skydance works, or Never to Return Essence Edition. Okay, let's go for that then.
Sure.
Or did we just get a random boat?
Essence
We did.
shall confront.
Apparently this is the drum arena, in case you were wondering.
I guess the floor is made of wood, so it could be percussive.
Into the adversary's
You're not
way.
wrong.
There.
I think we only get the clapping, though, when Murph has the orb. Yes. So that's a prerequisite. That's a requirement for getting the desired percussive effects.
The orb bathes first
Well,
in the
here's
true
Snadra
light
Plunge.
of
We were so distracted by that, I didn't even take any notes whatsoever to the players' randomized teams. It's 2 harps and an imp for Frost. It is a sap, a nomad, and 1 harp for Murph. Here's Raji. He's blocked. It's up a very dangerous portal, though. We're back in clap mode for Murph. Plunging here for 20. Oh, Black Heart, because of course there's a Cursed Talisman.
The flame is stricken.
Imp throws it in for 12, and that Imp is full right side. Terrible for zipping, says Spheris. It does mean super portals, though. Snadra came up just short. There's the Black Claw, preventing Murph from casting with that character. There's wait, hold on. Does Murph have 2 Cursed Talismans right now?
Yes.
Black Claw and Black Heart? I mean, it wouldn't... That's customized
no
up for you.
Sap. No sapling sap.
Oh, that's painful. Snadra with the Black Heart, which will either give her infinite stamina or turn her into a Howler. Here's Frost. Comes up short there, though. On that occasion, at least. Palmas able to get the banishment. Ooh, and on the second attempt here, Snadra able to throw that one in.
No more than a lick of
There has been some new Helldivers content. Nice. Oh, I was gonna say, if Frost's Imp is full right side, that does mean he has the salute, that Imp, and so can transform into Howler form. Snadra is the other one who will occasionally be in Howler form, but with that throw, it was not the maximum. It was only 17, and that is why we still see Frost holding on here with 3. Oh, big harp plays here for both players, really. Almost a harp push, setting up a winning score for Murph, but Frost does just enough to stop it. Big banishments there from Raji. Retreats, only to go back through the portal. Oh, but down goes Tamitha. Murph, oh, so close yet so far. Frost eyeing the portal. Does Frost have can singularity on one of those harps? I think that might be the case. But with that score, Murph plunges in for the win.
Their adversaries did not even come close.
GG.
The ceremony is complete.
Well played, you two. All right.
Shout out to the people that taught me if to actually press a
Until the
button
stars
to
align.
trigger the aura burst on the right side harpcast. I went like forever not knowing that you had to press the button.
Oh.
because I don't play right side hard.
That's one of the things with the customize off. The most obvious thing is just what classes you have, but sometimes the masteries are so different from what you're used to seeing that even if you recognize the class, it feels very different. Alright, well, let us know if there's anything we'd like to do for the next one. Murph says archetypes. I don't know if Frost has done any archetypes before. Frost, are you familiar with?
I have.
You have?
I know the concept.
Okay. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll roll you both an archetype, and then just if either you have any questions for how to interpret your archetype, you can just ask me via Discord DM, and I'm happy to clarify that way. Maybe that's the best way to do it.
This is going to expose my limited game knowledge.
Oh, don't worry about it. I mean, some of them are definitely more open-ended than others, so some of them it's very straightforward, like, okay, this is the thing that I will do. Other ones, there's more room for interpretations. We'll see what you end up with here. I'll roll for Frost first, because Frost is player 1. Alright, Frost, here is your archetype. As I said, if you have any questions, feel free to respond via DM. That way you don't have to reveal your archetype to Murph. Murph, I'll roll for you. Alright, Murph, your archetype is in. And I'll load us into an arena just so you guys have a little more context to work with here.
The essence shall take on.
Like I said, let me know if either of you have clarifying questions. Happy to answer those via DM, but for the most part, the archetypes are supposed to give you some room for your personal preference and interpretation, at least within the framework of those archetypes.
Like this one's almost like too open. This is just like what I always do. I don't know.
Don't give it away, Murph! I agree. They are totally giant hockey pucks. Don't listen to what other people say about them technically being frozen/congealed blood. That's just gross. And definitely
No,
not
they're actually
canonically
bone
accurate.
shards.
Shards.
I'm pretty sure the arena is covered in the coagulated blood.
But they were like soap.
We're back at this debate. So, extra damage at the cost of reduced hope for Frost's Bertrude, courtesy of the Astral Eye.
Vital pounds. I forgot my archetype. Okay.
Speedy Star and Flame Bertrude for Murph. So Bertrude as the lead for both players, but built in very different ways. This will be saluting Kurfang Udmilda in the second spot for Frost. Titan Tooth Tizo in the second spot for Murph. And now, usually admittedly I forgot to do this with the previous archetype matches that we did today, but usually around this point I will remind people, if you feel like you've done enough to fulfill your archetype at this point, you could just go with whatever you want here. Up to you if you want to go purely 100% all in, by all means. But it may be that you feel like, yeah, I've done enough for it to be an important aspect of my team already. Banishing throws Jodariel, that'll be the final choice for Frost. Whereas Murph will go with a Scribe Rock and the extra aura size on Wolfric. Here we go. It's an archetypes match between Frost and Murph, both players with randomly assigned archetypes, guidelines with which to follow and either to structure the way that their team is set up initially or to guide how they actually play once the match has started. Murph's done these before, but I think this is actually Frost's first time participating in an archetypes match, so very interested to see how these two approach this match. Crowds out Frost, winning back the orb, throwing this one in for 25. Oh, there's the Crone Salute, and that means uncontested scoring opportunity for 38 damage for Frost. Jody knocks back the sapling, oddly enough. You don't see that happen very often. Everyone down on Frost's side, at least until Bertrude makes a return, but the opposing Bertrude able to speed past for a 30 damage score. That means one score might be enough for Murph here. Frost close, but not close enough on that occasion. Oh, and the hockey puck does just enough to save Murph's imp. Well-placed sapling. Gets a few banishments there. Orb. Reclaimed. Close to Murph's Pyre. Oh! I think it was actually the aura from the sapling getting larger as Murph had a defender approach it. And that is what got the banishment there. Otherwise, Frost was about to get a throw off. Murph through the portal. Out of stamina though. Ooh, but with the numbing gust, at least for a split second there, it did slow Frost down. Down goes Volfred. That leaves just Tizo back. Oh, with Titan Tooth, that did stun Frost.
punishment for
Everyone
all.
down now. On Frost's side, maybe some time here for Murph. Has to cut the throw short, though. If it were maximum damage, it would have potentially been enough, but it was just 9 there. So Frost does still hold on. It means this is now a little bit easier for Murph in this round. And with that plunge, he takes the win.
The accusers prevail.
GG.
The scribes themselves surely have taken note.
Well played, you two.
The rite is complete.
If you would like to share your archetypes, you are welcome to do so.
I had what was it called? Big hitter, so high damage scores.
Yep, that makes sense. I had disruption, which is make it difficult for your opponent to score by disrupting the pace or flow of the game.
Very nice. All right.
Actually,
Until the next.
I kind of feel like I'm always trying to make it difficult for my opponent to score.
Yes, when you said like, oh, this
Changing
is pretty
pace
open-ended,
is-
and also something that I almost always do. I was like, well, it is pretty open-ended, but maybe you went a little further than you would usually go along those lines.
Yeah, I did. I took the Titan Tooth, and I took the Stubborn Flame, which I don't think it did much, but
All right, well, just wanted to double check, because I think at one point Spheris was interested in getting in, and I want to make sure if that is still the case, that we do allow enough time to make that happen. Are you still interested and available, Spheris? Yes, I can hop in whenever. Okay. In that case, I'm thinking it probably does make sense to get Spheris in rather soon, because we've been going for a little while now. So, what if we do...
I'm happy to swap out if we need.
In that case, would it work if we did one more between Murph and Frost, and then Frost, if you're open to swapping out, we can do Spheris against Murph after that? Does that sound okay?
That sounds good, yeah.
Does that work for you, Murph?
yep.
All right. In that case, let us know if there's anything we'd still like to see between Frost and Murph. If not, we'll just let them both take whatever they'd like, and then after that, we will get Spheris in against Murph. Well, this is interesting, because we had 2 requests that came one right after the other for exactly the opposite thing. Spheris wanted a regular game. Frost King said customize off. Technically, Spheris got the request in first, so Spheris does
I'm down
win
for
in
customize
that
off,
sense.
though, if I can be the decider.
I mean, let's see. So the strange thing about this is, if we are to do Spheris' request and then Frost King's request, it means Spheris is affecting Frost King, and Frost King is affecting Spheris. So they've basically chosen for each other. But maybe Murph says he's more interested in doing the customize off. I feel like since this is likely to be Frost King's last match, let's do Frost King's request here. And then Spheris, you can do your own regular game once you're in. Let's go that route. All right. So with the customize off, randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans getting thrown straight in, we end up at the Glade of Lu with a sap, a cur, and a crone. For Frost, it is a demon, a harp, and an imp. For Murph, and somebody has Titan Tooth. I do believe it is Murph's Pamatha, and that is quite the setup to customize off yourself into.
They just give me my 9 to 5 team.
Well, there is Stubborn Flame for Frost. That is quite powerful as well. But I was about to say, if Murph has Titan Tooth on Pamatha, has Web Lanthorn on the Imp, and then, I mean, you could put anything on the Demon at that point, and that team would already be pretty busted. But Frost speeds past there. Oh, 15 damage. That's actually very telling. That means that is a 100% left side Barker.
Not much force of will behind that
And I
thrust.
believe that is still Stubborn Flame, reducing Murph's damage by 10. You know, that's a maximum mobility Barker, but that still doesn't prevent him from getting stunned by the Titan Tooth. That is a well-timed defensive play from Frost's Palmas. Mooncrest on Palmas. I was about to say, I'm not sure we know much about Palmas, and then we learned a lot. There's Stubborn Flame, once again, reducing Murph's damage by 10. Once again, Frost finding a way to deal with Pamitha without getting hit by that difficult to avoid Titan Tooth.
Was dangerously close.
Frost again here. This time with Umilda. She's banished, though. Tizo just barely gets through that portal quickly enough to avoid getting banished. Oh, and he has Bright Wisp. Okay, so we learn a fair bit more about Tizo. It may not be Webbed Lanthorn.
'Twas but a
Ooh,
little
but it's
splash.
10 damage throw from Pamitha. In fact, that actually is her maximum. What with the effects of Stubborn Flame still being active here. Jody.
Exactly.
There's the look at Stubborn Flame once again. So it's 20 damage with that plunge.
End the ceremony.
Down goes Barker. I don't believe Murph has enough damage here, at least not with this score, to get the job done. But at this point, now it can be done. Unless Frost has the right Light Talisman for 20 rekindling, but I don't know what the probability of that is. I feel like we've seen a lot of talismans at this point, and Murph now takes 15 damage after Frost gets in with another Barker plunge. Here is Murph.
A blessing keeps
Oh, and there is 10 rekindling. Okay. Oh, I suppose, of course, it's the more standard form of rekindling rather than going the talisman route. It's just a mastery from Palmas. So Frost does hold on here. Oh, Jody gets a whole lot of banishments. And then receives the orb
GG.
on top of the pyre for the winning plunge.
What a glorious performance, I must
GG.
say.
Well
The
played, you
rite
two.
is ended.
All right. Let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
And if it still works for you guys, this could be a good opportunity to get Spheris in before the night is through.
Yeah.
That still work on your end, Spheris?
I'm in.
Spheris is in. All right.
Thanks for playing and thanks for hosting.
GG's. Thanks for stopping by. Good to get you back in, Frost.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be around a bit more in the near future, but time
Awesome.
will tell. See you later.
Have a good night.
See ya.
And look at that. Frost is a pro. Frost. Oh, wait. Was Frost already out? I don't know. All free from remote play one way or another. There we are. Just to make sure. Hacker voice. He's in. Alright, well, he was in on Discord. Let me actually get Spheris in game. That's probably the more important part. How's it going, Spheris?
Pretty good.
Very nice. I don't know why, but remote play keeps on opening up this page every time someone joins in, which is a little bit annoying. I mean, yes, it's confirmation that they're in, I guess, but not really necessary. What could be necessary is just confirming now who is player 1 and who is player 2.
I am player 1.
Okay, Spheris is player 1. And Spheris, will you be staying with the essence here?
Yes.
Okay. So technically, Spheris, we now have your request that we put in the queue for just a normal match.
That
So I
works.
guess that will be our warm-up between Spheris and Murph. So why don't we hop back in then?
essence shall now face
The Ridge of Gold.
the accusers. Welcome.
As we were just saying, we'll leave this one
Who
up to the
shall
players to go with
conduct
whatever they'd
the
like.
rites? Barker.
Be Barker for Spheris' lead. Oh, what is this? We've seen a lot of cursed talismans today. Between one request from chat that specified that, in addition to at least 1 or 2 customized off matches that had at least 2 cursed talismans in them. Was that you who was on the receiving end of the double cursed talisman customized off match, Murph?
Exile.
I had the cursed talismans, if that's what you mean by
Yeah.
receiving end. But it was, yeah, it was customized off.
Is Murph being corrupted by the curses?
Maybe.
Should we be concerned?
It's a deluge.
Maybe.
Quick
Exile.
throwing Raji in the last spot for Spheris. Like Tizo and Deluge, and now with the last one will be a Leeching Jodario. So here we go, our first matchup between Spheris and Murph for today. Spheris with Raji. Meanwhile, Murph says, "Don't mind me," as I just casually set up a portal directly on top of your Pyre. Only for that portal to be reset the moment he wants to go through it. That wasn't how it was all planned to play out.
Go.
If anything, it is now Spheris with a more dangerous portal. Murph, though, right as I say that, resets the portal to be on top of Spheris' Pyre. Spheris, now aware of this, is trying to block it, but Murph able to find a way through nonetheless.
The orb is taken.
Murph, for maybe the 4th time, activates Black Hoof there, preventing him from picking up the orb with his lead exile. That's tough, but he did it voluntarily. When that Stubborn Flame, I am not sure that Murph, or rather that Spheris timed that correctly. I think if anything, it made it so that Murph was the only one able to move. And that's the opposite of what Spheris was likely trying to do. There is Barker,
Quenches the flame.
plunging for 20.
My. Oh.
Black Hoof again. Murph's just juggling it in the middle of the arena. I may not be able to get it, but you can't either, he says. Now that's the stunning claim timing that Spheris was looking for originally. Got it to work much better that time around. Oh, but there, just a split second too late. So everyone's frozen. He's trying to make it so that he is the only exile who is able to move, which you do by activating Stubborn Flame, or not Stubborn Flame, Stunning Claim, which does rhyme, but is definitely not the same thing. You activate it just before the character comes back from banishment. But if you wait too long, and they're out on the arena, then of course they get stunned, much like everyone else.
Oh. Into the
Spheris with the
adversary's
block.
flame.
Barker trying to find a way through, and held onto the orb longer than one might have expected, but wasn't able to do anything with it on that occasion. Murph sets up a dangerous portal, although not one that would immediately, automatically lead to a score. Unless he gets the angle right, has a little bit of extra maneuvering to do, but is still 90% what he needed to facilitate that Jodario plunge. Murph? Oh no, that time, despite Murph having the orb with a worm, that was once again Spheris' worm, who is activating the stunning claims, more of a defensive use on that occasion. Dodgy for Spheris, quick throw, but Murph in position to stop it. Orb inadvertently hits Murph's Pyre, bounces back out, that slows Spheris down, but does still have enough time to throw that one in for 25. Now that's the timing that Spheris is looking for the stunning claim. It sets up Barker. But do both of you have stubborn... I keep on calling it stubborn flame.
Stunning claim, yeah.
I feel like I've seen Spheris use it more than Murph. That throw, yeah, was slightly wide, but then Murph gets the rebound and plunges in for 15. And yes, one more might be enough for Murph here, and the stunning claim timing, not ideal for anything other than, once again, just bouncing the orb up in the air in the middle of the arena. Murph is defenseless here, and with Siege Chance active, that's 25 damage from Spheris' worm. But maybe a one-score game for Murph. Spheris isn't that far off either. Oh, and another defensive stunning claim. Just enough to help Spheris get the stop. Oh, Spheris gives the orb back to Murph, which I don't think Murph expected. Nor did I. That's a very interesting technique you found there, Murph. Ooh, but with a glory dive, 20 damage plunge from Barker suddenly, this is in fact a sudden death game. Murph, frozen. Now we carry on. Murph with Deluge. Now goes for a stunning claim of his own, this time to set up Jody, but is Jody quick enough? No. Not quick enough to take advantage of that. I believe now both players have used their stunning claim for this round, which you can only do once per round. That will no longer be a factor. Gonna have to do things the old-fashioned way. Or perhaps in Murph's case, the portal way, which he's thinking about. But Spheris had it covered. Spheris with Barker. Close, but not close enough. And the quick counter from Murph with the exile who can't pick up the orb. He didn't know it was possible, and yet it is the deciding play.
Now you can do it.
The ceremony is complete.
Well, there you go, Murph. It is possible.
Yeah. I guess it comes in handy sometimes. So I wasn't really trying to force it.
Well played, you two.
Until the next.
I do like just the flutter on orb when all your teammates are dead to stall the orb bouncing above your head, isn't it?
That time when you have the cursed talisman, but you're actually just floating in air, and it's one thing to be sitting on the ground and bouncing it up, but actually fly. Oh man. Oh, no worries, Nanette. Thanks for sending it. Alright, well let us know if there's anything we'd like to do for the next match. That one was a request from Spheris to make it a quote-unquote normal requestless match, and it turned out quite well. So let us know if there's anything we'd like to do to spice things up, or if we think maybe that's the way to do it. Keep it simple. Not seeing any requests, so why don't we do just that? Oh, hold on, Lilac has one. We may still have time to do it. I think Lilac will be pleased by this component, which may or may not have been what Lilac had in mind.
Who shall conduct the rites?
Maybe. 1 second, we may be... Yeah, Lilac is mid-exile request. Okay, mid-exile request. Which, again, yes, may be influenced by the arena we now find ourselves playing at. Sferis, no! But yeah, that's actually a good demonstration of, even if it looks like a character's stats go into the negative, the minimum
It does
in practice
nothing,
is
yeah.
actually still 1, and that's why the respawn time does not get any worse. Or, like, even if you put on a talisman that gives him negative hope. Well, here is the request, though. Lilac says, choose all exiles in alphabetical order. Player 1 chooses the first alphabetically, player 2 chooses the second, so on and so forth. So, we're testing your alphabet skills.
I've definitely done this before. I was the one that had to eat this request the last time I was in.
Oh no, it sounds like it may have left some scars. Meanwhile, we'll have to give the players a moment to browse through. Think of one character who I assume is the first, but
I remember Dalbert is on the team, on one of the teams. That's all I remember. Very true.
Probably. Is it Gilman or Sir Gilman? Is it a?
we definitely were asking this question last time. I remember.
Yeah.
I don't know what the answer was, but
I mean, we have Sir Gilman, so I guess we go. This is the second one, right? And for Lady River, we go River. It makes more sense. It's a title, not a name.
yeah, I think I agree with you.
Barker is the first one,
Yeah.
and Bertrude is the second, I suppose.
No, I think you're missing one.
Am I missing someone before that?
Uh-oh. Colder. 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 Hotter. Hot, very hot. Cold. Hotter. Getting hotter.
Oh,
Colder again. Hotter. Ding ding ding. Oh, no. Cold.
oh.
Colder. Colder.
He doesn't know.
Colder.
No,
Hotter.
It's the savage.
Hotter.
Between Barker and
Ding ding
Dalbert.
ding. There you go.
Whoa, I totally forgot about
Yeah.
that. He's just savage. I don't know. So I have to pick him first.
I think he is. I'm pretty sure he's the first one.
Lucky we're on both.
Yeah.
Lilac is
That's why I
displeased with
remember
us
it's
for
'cause,
having
like, you
forgotten
end up
Almer.
with Barker, Almer, and Dalbert are like all in play.
It's not Bertrude, it's Barker.
Yeah, I think
Before.
Barker.
Oh, that's right. We didn't pick Barker. I forgot. Already.
Look, I tried to tell you guys, it's gonna be a little while. Give us some leniency here. Show us some mercy.
Barker.
Alright, so we've done Almer.
I
We've
think
done
he's
Barker.
guiding light. So next it's Bertrude.
I'm pretty sure. Unless we're forgetting someone.
What about Messenger Imp? What's the name? Messenger, I guess.
I think Messenger in that case, yeah.
Bertrude.
Alright.
Speedy Bertrude. Now.
Is that right? Dalbert? Is there C? Tay on
But
this
then you
one?
have the stowaway is a little bit of a wild card.
Yeah, I think I'm Dalbert.
You're playing Tinkers. Alright.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Like one team gets a complete garbage 2 Curse team.
Whoa,
the other's
whoa.
like fairly balanced.
Complete garbage.
Harsh words.
I don't even remember what my third's gonna be.
Also, Frost, you are maybe messed by the same logic
last
we were using
time?
before. Messenger is Messenger Im's title, and Imp is his actual name, but then again, Imp is also just his species, so I don't know. Who comes next? Might be Deluge?
Probably Deluge.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh,
It's not. We just did Dalbert. And then.
so there must be another DA.
Oh, no, sorry, I forgot. I didn't realize that Murph just did
We did
Delbert.
Delbert.
I was thinking of
Yeah, I
Delbert.
did
Okay.
Delbert.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Who do I get then?
Yeah, it would be better if you had it. If you had Lucky Break Stunning Claim, it would not be bad. What did I pick? This and that. Just go explode again.
Sir Deluge.
And after Deluge.
I think there's an
F,
E.
G.
I mean, Gilman is G. You have an E or an F?
Gilman and Gareth. There's Gareth.
Oh, true.
Would be Gareth.
I think it's Gareth.
Oh, I've thrown away all the good talismans.
What do you mean? Quick throwing savage? That's perfectly viable.
It's okay.
I just prefer Jumpy
What?
Savage.
Yeah. On this map
Especially
specifically, Jumpy is just so much better.
Alright, well, here we go with alphabetical teams. And it is Spheris getting so. Whoa!
Resplendent.
There's a bit of boat magic for you.
Good. Oh,
Oh no,
Titan
Highlander.
Tooth, stunning Spheris. Murph a little bit of time, but not enough
so
time to
bad.
make it in.
dispatch the bees.
Oh, and then a series of banishments there.
Such wherewithal.
I actually made that an uncontested prone scoring opportunity.
Who? There.
I'll get the orb, man.
Spheris again. Stunning claim, well timed at that. Sets up an uncontested Savage scoring opportunity, and that means one score might be all that Spheris needs here. And that was practically it. And oh my goodness, Ulmer went flying in the other direction.
I swear.
Is that a stunning
Set
claim
up
to
dependent.
stop a Titan Tooth stun? It's like, alright, if I can't move, you can't move either.
And it is done.
I just walked in. I have no idea.
Essence
That's
prevails.
Oh, well, there we go.
I might
With our
wasn't even
alphabetized
fair.
team compositions.
thus end
feel
this
like we should
night's proceedings.
Patch this FPS dependent stamina consumption on Kerr.
Yeah.
Because like when I play Kerr on my
Till the stars.
own game, like my hosting, I can run at least to the orb before I'm out of stamina. But when I play Kerr on like most other people's setups, you like if you press the button, you're out of stamina.
Yeah.
You don't go anywhere. But I don't know anything about fixing that, so I'll just continue to not play Kerr, I guess.
That's the result. Alright, well, let us know if there is anything we'd like to do for the next one. If not, then of course we could always leave it up to the players to go with whatever they'd like. That is also an option.
good option. We get to play, you know. I like it.
Oh, Frost is pulling out an archetypes request here.
Let's go.
All right. Also, not to be like, can we try to keep chat in English? Just because, like, not that I have anything against speaking in Greek, but I don't know Greek, so I don't know. You could be saying horrible things, and I'd have no way of knowing. I'm sure you aren't, but at the same time, let's keep things in English if you don't mind. All right, let me roll the archetypes.
I feel like there's gonna be some archetypes that highly disagree with this Titan Stars request.
Oh, wait, what? I didn't even see that. Hold on.
It just happened, but...
Move as slowly as possible, open to interpretation. I think we're gonna have to make that two separate things in all likelihood. I don't think that's gonna be compatible with
If the
archetypes.
archetype is like, go really fast.
Yeah, good luck.
Go fast, but do it slowly. Okay, yeah, sure.
Open to interpretation.
Just go snail mode. Okay.
All right, let's see.
There's
I
a snail
rolled
talisman.
one. Let's see. It is Spheris is player one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Spheris, your archetype is in. And Murph. Your archetype is in. If you don't move at all, you technically aren't breaking either the archetype or the Titan Stars request. I think we'll just delay the Titan Stars request.
I think I would be breaking my archetype request if I didn't move at all.
All right, well, as always, feel free to DM me in Discord if you have any clarifying questions. But otherwise, let's load into an arena, because that might influence the approach that you guys want to take.
The essence.
And it's the book for what I think might be the first time today.
The accusers. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
It's a quick throwing Vids in the first spot for Spheris.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
It's a bottle void archetype again. Or not, but if it is, it's here already.
Wait, I can't do that. Hold on.
Scrape snuff. Yeah.
Alright, it's a Can Singularity Stowaway for Murph.
I'm thinking. My god.
No worries. Exploding Lady River for Spheris. Exploding Deluge for Murph. Now this is where I will give you the reminder if you feel like you've already done all that there is to, or you've done enough to embrace your archetype. You could deviate a bit from it in your last spot, but that's up to you. Astral Eye on Gilman for Spheris.
My goodness. We're just playing Infinite Whims.
I swear it's not an archetype. Even if, or at least there's no archetype that specifically says it must be Infiniworms. If people want to interpret other archetypes in a way that allows them to use Infiniworms, then I will not object. We do now have 2 worms on both teams. You have my attention.
Now begin.
Yeah, I don't have that.
There's Murph with one of those worms,
Glory
launching in this time for 15.
I'm not used to the worm having quickness.
Is Palette. There's Ferris.
What? I got
Throws it
crushing
in for
healing
30.
but didn't kill.
Shall the essence press their luck, perhaps?
Dashing throw gets rid of one of the defenders. And to everyone except for the stowaway, except the stunning claim, prevented what would have otherwise been potentially a very nice scoring opportunity for Murph, though he does still manage to convert here. It does now mean no stowaway in this round. Here's a stunning claim. I honestly was not really sure who initiated that. I think it was Spheris.
Yeah.
When there are 4 worms at any given point in time, it can be a little hard to tell.
The orb has hit
Another
the
quick
mark.
throw from Spheris, but it's still the full 30 damage.
Show of
Murph gets the stop. Oh, and then the stunning claim. Once again, potentially 2 people using it almost simultaneously. I think it was technically Spheris who activated it there, but Murph's the one scoring on that occasion. There's Palette, and now Lady River. Back to Viz Palette, but she goes down. So now it's Murph's stowaway. She's blocked and banished. Unblockable throw from Murph, which is good for 10. I don't know if Murph has seized chance on any of the worms. If he does, that means it is technically possible for him to finish it with 1 go. Whereas it is definitely, actually, after that score, certainly possible for Murph to finish it with 1. I don't remember if Spheris has Brazen Manor on Viz Palette. If so, then it is also possible. Certainly after this, either player with any character could finish it with 1 score, so it is now sudden death. Spheris with Viz Palette, and with the winning throw.
The essence prevailed.
GG.
I thought for certain they would not.
Well played, you two.
The rite is done.
That was, of course, an archetypes match. You are welcome to share your archetype if you would like.
Until the stars align.
My archetype was big hitters, which is score with big damage. So I first went with a demon. I had 6 chance on both of my worms, so they were 25.
Okay.
And I had Astral Eye on the last worm for +8 as well.
Okay.
Mine was, wait, what was mine called? Mine was chaos, which is make it hard for your opponent to know what to do by creating lots of chaos. So I went Bottled Void because that typically happens with Bottled Void. Then I went Infiniworms because things get confusing with Infiniworms.
Pseudo Infiniworms.
But-
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was not able to, I think, die enough because it was a book. Like, I couldn't really create enough chaos. I need to go for a different comp.
Also, little disclaimer that, yes, I swear, I use a random number generator to determine which archetype is being assigned to people. However, someone much smarter than me can explain how even when something is supposedly random, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be different each time, because we've had at least 3 big hitter rolls today for the archetypes. So
Yeah,
for whatever reason,
that's
That
random.
definitely means it's random, yeah.
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 Random number generator just really likes to roll that number today. Alright, well, I believe we still had a request in the queue. It was the Titan Stars request to move as slowly as possible, open to interpretation. Now, if we still had... We've patched out the Titan Stars / stat boosting talisman hangover effect. That would have otherwise been perhaps the easiest way to get characters with lower or potentially even negative quickness stats, but that's no longer possible, so it's gonna require a little more creativity here. No!
Very, very easy to be slow. Just don't sprint.
This happened a while ago, but in
Alright.
case it wasn't clear, in case people didn't realize, yes, that is something that we have made a point of changing. Yeah, we did it for the tournament. I think that was the first time when we had
as slow as possible, right?
What's that?
We just try to be as slow as possible.
Yeah, just try to be as slow as possible, open to interpretation. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to have the lowest possible quickness stat, but that's one way to do it, I
Slowly as
guess.
possible as well. So I don't have to think as slowly as possible.
Also, for what it's worth, I'm thinking it's probably getting late enough that this may end up being our penultimate rite, the last one in which we take any requests before we go into the liberation rite.
That works.
I think we'll probably just roll with what we have here, because this is already going to test the players a bit. Just go snail mode. If on one end of the spectrum is Infiniworms, what do we have on the other end with snail
no,
mode?
no,
And naturally on the largest
Maybe we
arena.
go another arena because it's so big. Right? It's gonna take way too long.
Sferis is like, please don't make us do it here. Meanwhile, Lilac says, one moment while I summon Falcon Ron.
The essence shall confront the accusers. Welcome.
Okay, take
Who
it
shall
slow.
Can I? Oh, hold on just a second. Can I? Does this only apply if we start a new match, or is this now going to apply dirty deal to this match?
The rights.
I don't think it's going
I
to
think
apply.
we
to
need
this
to
match.
start new match. I don't know.
Hold on. Let's try again, because we do have the Falcon Ron request, so we should do at least the Falcon Ron song, if nothing else.
Yeah.
This is a very Falcon Ron situation, though. I agree.
The essence.
Naturally.
Is it like you auto lose if you touch the rifts?
Who shall
Because that's moving too fast.
the rights?
Maybe. No, you move slow, but it makes you fast, but it's not your choice. Alright.
Well, let's see how you guys choose to make your team as slow as possible. Whether that be via quickness or some other method, that remains to be seen. When will Falcon Ron be a playable character? In approximately 35,569 days, apparently. I said it before, but there was a point in time when we did have someone in the RITE Club who was experimenting with modding in completely new characters. And my request was that this person make a Falcon Ron character. I don't know how far that process ever got. It obviously never fully became a reality, but I know this person was messing around with some other stuff, like made Tariq and the Black Wagon playable characters, kind of, sort of.
Makes my throwing faster. Is that?
I don't
that
know about
okay?
that.
Okay.
That feels like the antithesis.
Up to interpretation, so.
I mean, the request is a move slow. Is throwing moving?
If you move slow, you can slow fast. If you slow fast, you have to move slow.
Actually, you know what? I should not take sturdy sapling. I think that's against the spirit. I'm not taking it. I don't feel good about it.
That's a lot of presence.
Wolfred.
I have no idea.
What's the number of saplings that crashes the game again?
No, that's not a question I wanted you
Three
to
does
ask.
crash the game? So if I pick up 3 saplings, it's bad?
If you pick
Okay.
3, we could still have 1 from Spheris and
So
we'd
it's
be
not
fine.
3. So it's 5 that crashes it?
I think 6 definitely does. Not 100% sure if 5 does.
Why?
Oh,
This is. What the hell? You know what?
Yo, Dariel.
immediately.
That
sounds
doesn't
kinda
sound
fast to
slow.
me.
Hey,
I
I'm
will,
slow, but I'm always there.
and someone show their screen.
Oh, we're streaming on Twitch right now if you just want to.
Oh yeah,
Twitch
Okay.
you can see on
Go on,
Twitch
go
if
on.
you'd like.
Go on Twitch.
The link should be in the Black Wagon channel.
Yeah. Yeah.
The snail. Thematic.
Sap.
Right, so it's 2 saps.
What if?
Titan Tooth Hamatha. Okay. And then Murph was hinting that this may have been the plan. It doesn't make sense.
Now
I mean, there was room for interpretation, I think, but there were a few different approaches players could have opted to take. I think 3 saps is definitely one of the more straightforward approaches.
audacious, aren't we? Oof.
The Titan Tooth does slow down your opponent, at least, by doing the stun. So I guess that's something.
What happened there?
We could be here for a while.
Stands unopposed.
Everyone is down on Murph's side, but then again, with the or rather the sap effect preventing Spheris from using any sprinting, jumping, throwing, or special abilities when everyone is down, and all the saplings that are going to be placed when all those saps are down. It's not exactly a great scoring opportunity for Spheris, even with the numbing gust.
Look at how slow it is when you don't
That's
have
an
the
infinite
big-
stamina imp, and yet it is still quite slow. Does definitely get faster if you hop over the puddles, though. That is also a wall of sap auras. Trying to make some moves, but not doing anything particularly quickly with all those saps. Ametha. Spheris, the throw. Oh! Did seemingly go straight through Murph's sap. Not gonna lie.
Classic unblockable harp throw, of course.
Textbook. Oh! That was a lot of height, at least, on that jump, and then a plunge to follow in for 30 damage. You could goal keep your Pyre, that is true, and to an extent that is what we see here with Murph's super sap setup. Though in most cases there are ways to still break through, which to an extent, Spheris, right on cue, did just demonstrate. But there is a lot of rekindling. Still 70 Pyre life on the second life bar for Murph. Whoa. That was not a particularly slow imp on that occasion. I don't know what you did to get all that speed. I imagine some boat magic was involved, though.
Yeah, mostly. I was just fluttering.
Doesn't quite have enough on the jump, but with Moon Crest, she does come back, dare I say, quickly. Oh, look at that from Palmas. Sets up the sapling, give himself a safe place from which to throw the orb, but then opts not to use it. At least not initially. Oh, but that implosion is big enough. Sphere is still able to get rid of Palmas. And now slowly plod forward with Jody. Flying sap. That may be what we just witnessed there. Certainly a flying demon, but especially on the boat, that's not all that unexpected. Everyone down on Spheris' side, but what with Murph being such a slow team, hard to capitalize on those opportunities. One might argue that saps have a bit of a need for speed. Jody just jumps over them. It's another 30 damage plunge. Don't believe Jody has Brazen Manor, although there's a chance that she does, in which case it actually would be possible for Spheris to finish this with one more score, but it would have to wait until the next round because Jody plunged without prayer beads on that occasion. She's not here now. Spheris loses the... Whoa, that was an interesting entrance from Pamitha. Orb inadvertently hits Smurf's Pyre and bounces back out. Spheris trying to use those fell swoop explosions to carve out some room, but didn't work on that occasion.
All banished.
One down once again for Spheris. Might this be the time when Murph is quick enough? Still no. I like the prospect of a sap getting hit by Titan Tooth, which did just happen for what it's worth. You don't see that one every day. Down goes Palmas. In comes Pamitha. And now Raji. Pamitha again. It's blocked, but it does activate Titan Tooth, stunning Murph and opening up a window for this 20 damage Harp Plunge. And now it certainly could be a one-score game for Spheris. Don't know if Raji has enough damage, but Jody certainly does. Tamitha, at least once she returns, would as well, though, of course, after having plunged in that round, now it is Pamitha who Spheris is missing. Almost on the move!
Holy.
Look at that. Boat magic sap slide. Beautiful. It's a glorious sight to behold.
Into the adversary's flame.
Wow. That was a whole lot of airtime. It's certainly something that you get the hang of over time. Zombie. Especially because some talismans, certainly in multiplayer, are much more popular than others, so you get the hang of those, and there are probably some that we very rarely see that may be a little bit harder to memorize. They're just a small handful that tend to be people's favorites. Been playing for 3 months. And then the other thing is that, of course, there's a pretty big difference between what people tend to do in the campaign versus what people tend to do in versus mode against other actual people. Not to mention that we've been doing this long enough that people have learned some advanced techniques that you just won't ever really see the CPUs in the campaign using. Everyone down except the portal was technically still in the sapling aura, so it looked like a good opportunity for Spheris, but didn't quite go according to plan. Ulfred. Shield Jody off and buy some time as we get an absolute pinball effect on the orb there. Spheris is not interested, at least not while we have the effects of Numbing Gust there. That was also extremely confusing, but everyone is down on Murph's side, which means with that score we have our winner.
GG.
It is Spheris. GG.
Adversaries proved no match for them.
I didn't even realize I had infinite stamina for
RITE
the demon
is
until
ended.
so late. Because I just picked full right side aim, so I didn't have the zip.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
And I picked full right side demon, so I didn't have the double dash. But
Until the next right.
Yeah, I'll take my one score with that team, I think.
And I feel like that's one of those
And I was
matches.
not blinking as well. I was just
Oh
chilling.
no. I feel like that's one of those matches where, because of the nature of the request, there's winning, but then there's also being the person who follows the request most closely. You could argue that maybe Murph may not have won, but his team may have been slower. So depends what approach you're looking at, what angle you take on it. All right, well, I think it is time for our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So yeah, let's head over to the Fall of Solium, and let's see, we'll go Accuser's version of Never to Return. Let me also just turn off the Falcon Ron sigils here. I think that was certainly deserving of the Falcon Ron label, though. That one was a bit cursed, but something tells me that's what Lilac was looking for. But alright, this one will be now our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So no requests from chat, we'll just have both players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Here we go.
Greetings, exiles. You heed the summons to the fall of Solium. You now have this chance to prove yourselves. Prevail and earn the favor of the scribes. The Essence stand ready. Accusers, stand ready. Who shall conduct this rite?
Alright, so as we were saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite, so no requests from chat for this one. Both players just taking their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Speaking of style, it's Prayer Beads Gareth in the first spot for Spheris. Prayer Beads Stowaway in the first spot for Murph.
Exile.
Webbed Lanthorn Raji is Spheris' second selection. This one's definitely a highlight on the soundtrack. It's Pamela in the second spot for Murph. Oh, In the Flame as well. Quick throwing Vizpaleth will be the final choice for Spheris. Murph will go with an Exploding Deluge. So here we go, our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Spheris on the left representing the Essence, Murph on the right representing the Accusers. Best of luck to you both. There it
The
is.
accusers proved their worth.
GG.
Rather convincingly, I must admit.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the Liberation Rite.
Well, as we were saying, that was our final rite of the night, our Liberation Rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and everyone who gave us their requests in chat as well. I'm gonna hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time.
Thanks for hosting.
GG's, guys.
Yeah.
Let me make sure both of them are free from remote play. I think they are now. And like I was saying, that was our final rite of the night. But thank you everybody who participated in the rite today and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is Friday nights, we're doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer, Saturdays, Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, and then obviously Sundays, Pyre multiplayer. Still kind of looking for a home for Path of Exile 2. That used to be on weeknights, and that is difficult nowadays, but maybe we can find a new home for it soon. We're also, at this point, maybe just waiting for the next update for that, which may be happening kind of soon. I'd have to look into it. But anyways, also Lids Vids on YouTube, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch that stuff there as well. And if you haven't done so yet already, and of course you can also hit the follow button to get a notification when I go live, also at Lids Vids on Twitter. I post there when I go live as well, but actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's going to be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.